Yesterday, in a busy queue in a well-known high street supermarket, I was in the queue to deal with a human being, an actual human cashier, and I hasten to add 80% of the time I'll try and use cash as well. So, yes, I want a human being and I want to use cash. I'm not always going to go for card and self-service checkout. So I was in the queue for the human being, and a gentleman was in the queue for the self-service checkout, and he asked me if I wanted to go first, and I said no, I don't use those machines. I said I boycott those things. So yeah, I've been boycotting self-service checkouts for years now. I think they're demonic, awful things. They are bad news all around. I only use them personally if I'm in a mad dash, if I've got no time at all and there are big long queues and I'm really genuinely in a rush and it's going to take ages and ages and ages just to pay for one or two items, then I'll use them if I'm absolutely desperate and in a mad dash. But otherwise, I boycott them. When I said to the guy I boycott them, he sort of said, "Oh, okay," and sort of laughed. And I'm not sure what he thought, whether he wondered what I was talking about, or whether he thought I was a bit odd, or maybe he had to get his head around it. I don't know, but he was certainly surprised on some level when I said I boycott them. I don't know if he's ever heard the word boycott used in connection with supermarket self-service checkouts. I don't know, but I genuinely do boycott them unless there's no other option, unless I'm absolutely desperate and in a mad dash and there's no cashier available. So yeah, I'm all for having a nice human being at the checkout, a nice human cashier, and using cash. Well, card's okay sometimes, but 80% of the time I use cash. Otherwise, we're gonna lose it. So, yeah, nothing wrong with card, but try and prioritize cash, because if we lose cash, then altogether, I don't think many people realize just how dark and serious that is and would be. So yeah, I boycott self-service checkouts. What about you? Are you somebody who never uses them or hardly ever uses them unless you're desperate? And yeah, let's have a campaign. Let's set up a national campaign boycotting self-service checkouts. I haven't used I very hardly ever use them, and yeah, for me, it's a human being and cash, please, as much as possible. And I know one thing that, just before I sign off, one thing that does amuse me is when the self-service checkouts are all talking at the same time, talking against each other. You can hear all these echoing voices all clashing with each other and competing with each other as all the self-service checkouts are saying all different things at the same time. It sounds hilarious. It's not just unexpected item in bagging area, but what else could they be saying? Please wait for assistance. But when they're all talking against each other and competing with each other at the same time, I find that really funny. But yes, let's boycott those dreadful self-service checkouts. Progress is sometimes good. I know it's progress. I know things change. Sometimes progress is a good thing. But sometimes progress is actually not a good thing, and it's actually a step backwards. Not all progress is good progress. Some is, but not all progress is good progress. Sometimes the old way is the better way. Sometimes the new way is the better way, but sometimes the old way is the better way. Why is it? We were perfectly all right without these self-service checkouts for decades and never worried about it, and now suddenly they're being elevated to almost godlike status, and we're being told that they're the best way to do things, and suddenly they're so wonderful when for decades we were perfectly all right without them. Anyway, what do you think? All opinions welcome as always, good, bad, and anything in between. Let's have heated debate.